5 key points of the Accessible Information Standard. The Accessible Information Standard says that services doing NHS work or social care for adults must ask people if they have any communication needs and how they can support these needs. Services must record what people tell them. It must be clear and should be done in the same way for everyone. Doing it the same way for everyone makes it easier for all staff to know how to find out what someone's needs are.
So there's all the different sections, all about you. So actually I love the picture there. So this is the communication section, how best to talk to you and things that you like to talk to and things that you might need to tell us.
There must be a way of highlighting to staff that the person has communication needs. People can agree for information about their communication to be shared. This will mean they get better support from more services. Services must share information if people agree. Finally, services must take steps to make sure people receive information they can understand and communication support if they need it. And really what it's doing is saying that you've got to provide information in whatever format it is that people need. These are probably some of the more obvious ones, but it can be things that are really quite obscure and lots of things that would be quite difficult for us to meet, so it could be quite a lot of work in some areas. Putting the Accessible Information Standard into practice. The Accessible Information Standard is not a how-to guide. This is because there's no one way to make information accessible. The big idea of the standard is that information should be made accessible for each person that needs it. But this doesn't mean having to start from scratch each time a new person uses a service. More and more accessible information is being made available and shared. And a lot of it is simply about having the right attitude, listening to people, finding out what works for them, and taking time to make sure you've got it right can be the difference between a great experience of using a service and a bad experience, or even missing the chance to use the service at all.